Hello everyone, today I am going to show you how to create procedural halftone effect in Houdini. So let's move into Houdini. So over here, I just create one new geometry container. I just double click in it. Now to create that halftone effect, I need a grid. So for that, I apply one grid. Now my first task is to create or to resize this grid according to my image, and as well as increase or decrease the segments of this grid according to the image resolution. So for that purpose, what I prefer, over here I go to edit parameter interface, and over here I call one file image. I just add it, I just name it as image and label image. I create one more float parameter and I just name it as norm, and over here also norm, and I just set the default value 10 and just apply and accept. Okay, so over here you can define your image. So I just click over here and here I call this image. Okay, so now I want some information and I just apply that information in my row and column. So for that purpose I'm going to use Python script. So for that I just click over here and convert my H script expression language to Python. Okay, so I just increase the size, and over here in row I just write down Python script like HOU, that is for Houdini, image resolution. Okay, and which image? So for that HOU dot evaluate parameter in bracket image bracket over and 0 for index, so that is give a resolution in widthwise, and I just divide that thing with HOU dot eval parameter and this one norm. So through that I can easily decrease or increase the segments of this grid. Okay, now I just copy this thing, Control C and Control V over here, and I just change the index to 1. So this is give me the height resolution. So now you see over here we get some segments according to my image. Now I need to change the width and height according to my image size. So for that purpose, over here I just write down HOU eval parameter and I call this value column. So COLS bracket over divide by float. Okay, because one of these parameters should be in float, so that will give you the answer in float. So it may possible that my answer should be in float information. So HOU dot eval parameter bracket I call rows bracket over and multiply this thing with I show you dot eval parameter, and over here size y. Okay, so now you see the size should change, and now as you see over here my segments look square. Okay, so now through this norm you can increase or decrease the segments. Okay, so right now I set it to 10. Now first of all we need to unwrap this thing, so for that purpose I use one UV unwrap, and over here I just press spacebar 5 to see my UVs, and over here I just set it to 8, layout to strip, and scale to stretch. Okay, like this. Now again I spacebar 1. Now here my UV is based on my vertices, so UV information stored in vertices, but I need to convert that information or that parameter into points, because I'm going to use point VOP for that. So for that I am going to use one attribute promote parameter operator, and over here original class is my vertex and new class is my point, and this is my texture. So now that information transform into point. Now over here I use one point VOP. Okay, just go inside. Now over here first of all I create one operator, that is color map. Okay, and here in color map you can just define that color, but I need that same information, same image that I mention or I call in my grid. So for that purpose I just middle click on this C map and I just click this promote parameter. Now again go to geometry mode, and over here I just come over here, I just right click over here, copy parameter, I come over here, and in attribute binding I get this color map, I just right click over here and paste relative reference. So whatever I change over here, it's called same value over here. Okay, I just double click over here. Now I need UV information of this content, so input. So for that over here I create one parameter. Over here you need to define UV. I just set the label also UV. Now that UV information in your vector information, because it contains U and V information. So I just click over here. Now I just spread that UV information into U and V, but here only one input and here we need two inputs. So for that purpose I just click one vector to float in operator. I just drag it over here, so it convert this information to U, this as V. Now I just apply this information to color, output color, and now you see over here you get some image, but it's look little bit weird. So I just go over here, I just go to UV unwrapping and I just rotate in Y 180 degree. So now it's look better. Now you just come over here, if you just change these things you get this information. Okay, so now I just go into point VOP, and over here what I need is that where there is black color I need 1 value, and where there is white color I need 0 value, because I want to apply that I want to create sphere So wherever that black color, that sphere contain one radius or full radius, and where there is white color, the sphere's radius should be 0. So for that purpose I just create one constant, and it should be in vector, and I just set it to 1, 1 and 1. Now over here I create one subtract. I just set this one over here. This color information is input, so 1 minus this color. Now I set this information, so I just click bind export. Over here I just click over here, and over here I just set it to p scale. And again, you, if you prefer, I just set it to vector. Okay, so now this information contain p scale also. So wherever you get black color, it carry one value, and where there is white color, it contain 0 value. Okay, so now I want to create one sphere. Okay, but the sphere radius should be set into this square area. So I just set it to maybe 4. Yeah. Okay, so how you set this radius? So for that purpose I just select this thing, and I also select this thing. So I just come over here, I just click copy parameter, I again come to sphere, I just create one bracket, right click, paste relative reference, divide by. I just come over here, right click column, copy parameter, come over here and just click over here and paste relative reference. So I just size divide by the column segment and bracket over, and that thing divide by 2. Now you see my sphere set into this square. Okay, now I just convert this thing into polygon. Okay, now the step is very easy. What you need to do, I just tab, copy to point, I just set this sphere and this as my point cloud, and now you see, now I just set the all color to black. So I just click over here, create one color and set it to black. Okay, so that's how you get this halftone effect. So if you close, go to close this information, see where there is black or light gray color, that sphere get some lace radius and like this. Okay, and this is completely procedure because I put a proper calculation for these things. So now you need to just change the image. So for example, I just click over here, I just click over here and maybe old man, see, maybe some more like our legendary actor Dilip Kumar. Okay, and any point of time you can increase or decrease the segment. Like if I change it to 20, now you see, maybe increase the segment by 4. Okay, some more images. Okay, so that's how you create a halftone effect in Houdini through its very powerful procedural approach and some good calculation. So now you can play around with particle system, because this has some particle. You can use rigid body or whatever you feel. Okay, so hope you like this tutorial. See you soon with another. Thank you.